Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Sekou's Get Rich 101. I don't know why I added my name that time, but I'm going to go with it. Sekou's Get Rich 101. Actually, I might do that. I might add my name to it because there are lots of Get Rich 101s out there in the world. And so I need something to separate. Excuse me, still the cough hanging in there. To keep my name separate from everyone else's Get Rich 101, I may have to add Sekou. So it just popped into my head just now, but I may keep it. I may keep it. So anyway, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? I am here on Tuesday. This is your next day after yesterday. For those of you that don't know, I did a live show yesterday, and I talked about what I was doing in terms of the stock market today. Well, yesterday, and now today I got to do it because yesterday was a holiday. It was Martin Luther King Day. I get to that in a minute, and I didn't have anything to do, so it said talk about it. So today was me doing it. So let me start with that. That's why the screen is over there. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space to grow and grow and grow. And I said it before. I don't know I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I don't know what I would have done without this show. I don't know what I would have done, but I've grown a lot. So let's leave it there. All right. So remember to take what I give you and add your own research to it. Add your own research to it. Right? Add your own research. Don't look for me to just tell you what to do. Learn. Because that's what I've been doing. I've been learning. All right? Okay, now let's get to it. This was interesting because I got up this morning. Oh, this Feet King telling me that she can see it. She can see it this time. All right, great. So what happened this morning at 5 a.m. at 6 a.m. I got at 6 a.m. What happened is, once again, this dogs next door. This is the screen of my desktop computer, right? And this is the screen of my device, my phone, my smartphone, right? Now on here, it just looks like it looks simple. Like we go up, we're going up, down, and then we just here, right? That's here. That's right in here. But on the smartphone app for Webull, you've got to recognize that there's a lot going on here. So I don't know if you can see it, but I think you can see it a little bit. But you see how there's that gray area. That gray area is very slight. It's very, very slight. So I'm gonna hold up close. Very slight gray, separated from the black. Gray separated from the black. So that's the pre-market. That's what's happening overnight. So I woke up at 6 a.m. to that red going down, and I was like, oh man, because I told you yesterday that I could have gotten out yesterday, but I decided to stay in to fulfill the weekend hustle. The weekend hustle, as you know, let me just explain again. Weekend hustle is my desire, borrowed by Timothy Sykes. It's my desire to follow in his steps by buying a stock at the end of the day on Friday, right? And then selling that stock first thing Monday morning, right? Buying on Friday, selling on Monday. So that means I've got to. I don't have to, but it helps to track what's happening during the weekend. So my app does that. The app on the computer does not do that yet. I haven't figured out how to make it do that yet on the computer. But you will see that there's just this happening. It's just this happening, and so so that's it. So that's it. But what I'm going to tell you, what I'm interested in telling you is that 6 a.m. I saw that drop and I was like, oh, and then I've been watching it. It's been creeping up and up and up and up, and then it got above the. I don't know. Again, I don't know if you can see it, but above the buying point, right? The point of sale. And so once again, I decided I'm going to sell this as soon as it gets in. As soon as it gets in, I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell because it had already risen to a point above my point of sale over the weekend, over the long weekend. And I could see that it was hovering in, I bought it at $8.52, and it was trailing around $9, around $9. So I was like, as soon as it gets in, I'm gonna sell. As soon as it gets in, I'm gonna sell. Now, when it sold, when it opened, when it opened at 9:30, I watched it drop. I mean, drop. It dropped fast, right? It went straight down, right? So I had to watch it for a few seconds, and it came up for a few seconds, and I sold. So we're talking 9:31. 9:31. I mean, less than a minute, a couple of seconds, really. And now you see on this and on this, it's dragging. It's dragging. It's, yeah, 8.19, right? So below. Let me see what happens if I go to 15 minutes. Yeah, that's a little bit clearer. So yeah, so these red ones are taking it below my buy, which was around around here somewhere. So it's hovering. It might go up, it might go down, but I know that I got my money first thing when the stock market opened today. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys, that's what happened. I went in and I saw it, and so I got to tell you though about the things that you want to do, because once again, I wanted to sell when it went high over the weekend, but I didn't do that because I wanted to fulfill Tim Sykes' weekend promise, right? I was like, if I don't do the whole weekend, I won't get the promise, right? So I did that. I waited it out. And then I saw what I saw, and I was like, I gotta sell immediately. Because what will happen is I'll get hope. I'll get hopeful eyes. I'm like, oh, it's gonna go. And yeah, well, I want to be ready for this show. I want to be ready for this show. So I got to be done with stocks and trading, right? So I decided to go ahead and sell it as soon as it came on. So it came on, the first seconds it went down, way down, and then it came up. And so I'm buying and selling right before the first paddle, the first candlestick finishes going either north or south. Before the candlestick ends up going north or south, as long as it's going north for a few moments, I'm gonna sell then. So I hope that was understandable to people. Oh, see, look, 7.789. See, See, like I bought it at 8.50, 8.50. And so now it's like $7.89. So it's already going south. And I could be out there hoping, and maybe this will go higher, but I'd rather be in and out. So that's what I was explaining is my scalping method. People, by the way, said that I should keep the titles because people won't understand what I'm discussing. So you won't have the ability to reference it. So scalping is a means by which, but what it means is you sell your stocks fast, right? So you buy it on Friday, you sell it on Monday. Now that's still a scalping because you bought it Friday at the end of the day and you sold it Monday at the top of the hour. So it's like you had it for the weekend, but really you only had it for a couple of minutes because you're not including the pre-market time. You're gonna leave the pre-market alone. See that's where I'll leave the pre-market alone and let it work the whole weekend. All right. So I hope that made sense. This thing is down at 7.87 now, and so I've proven to you that how I got my money and how this is just how I got my money. Now that said, I still have SHG. And does it show me how much? It doesn't show me how much, but I'm way up here. I bought way up here, right? I'm still hoping that it'll catch himself back up, and that's me trying out a longer hold time, and so that's not selling out by scalping. You just have it and hold it, have it and sell it, have it and sell it, but hold it and wait. Now I've had this for about a week, all of last week, and I'm ready to sell it. Though, because it's just driving me crazy because it's just so far away from where I got it. But I'm gonna hold on for another week. 1 week. I'm gonna hold on to it because I want to see if the holding see if holding it works out. But right now, I'm feeling kind of antsy. About SXHG. All right, folks. So that's what I got for the info. Okay, so that's what I got. I don't see any questions. So we're moving on. Okay, so let me try to show you this. How can I do this now? I can do this. Share to this tab. Did that work? Yes, that worked. Okay. Now the reason I'm showing this guy, what's his name? His name is John Lichman. And I'm showing him because I wanted to show the difference between saving versus investing. Saving $20 a day and investing $20 a day, which means, saving $20 a day is like saving it for like at best 4%. But really, you're trying to get like your regular savings loan amount. You're getting like less than a percentage point. Really, you're getting less than a percentage point as compared to getting 10%, around 10% on the other side investing. So what you have to do is program your mind to think this way, because you're thinking save the money, but no, You've got to save the money and invest the money. You've got to save the money and then invest. You've got to move it out of your regular checkings and savings out to someplace else, and then move it again over to investing, or however you want to set that up is up to you. But you've got to be able to move yourself, your money, to the investment side. Now, what you're thinking is, I don't want to lose my money. I want to lose my money. I put it in the stock market. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because I did it. I put $1 in there. I was like, oh man, that dollar's going to go bye-bye. No, it did not. And I put $2 in and it still didn't do it. And I swear to you, it's not going to vanish on you. It's not going to vanish on you. So you need to put your money in stocks where you can get 10%. And that's why I've got this example. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Fee just asked me a question. Let me see what she's asking me. Do you have a monetary projection of how much you intend to invest in your desired monetary outcome within 12 months? I don't understand what she's asking me. Do you have a monetary projection of how much you intend to invest in your desired monetary outcome? No, I don't. But you should. You should, but I don't. So, excuse me, I am focused on getting something to Charles Schwab. I'm focused on getting something to Charles Schwab, getting some of anything to Charles Schwab, because I recognize how much of a difference Charles Schwab has made in my life in this short amount of time that I've been working with him. So I know that I need to get my money over to Charles Schwab. Get my money over to Charles Schwab. But yet and still, I'm a hard learner. So it still trips me up sometimes. Still something happens. I'm like, I can't quite, get my money over to Charles Schwab. So let me give you an example. P and I were talking about this. I had gotten a small check, and I said that I was going to give 50% to Charles Schwab. That would have been great, but I didn't do it. I put the 100% of the saving, 100% of the bank, 100% of the loan, 100% of the check, 100% of the check into the bank. And then I didn't move it. I kept thinking about it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do something big. And it didn't go anywhere. And so I have to focus on what works for me. What works for me is 10%. 10%. 10%. 10%. It's easy to remember. It's easy to calculate. You just move the decimal point one space, and that's it. It's done. So I'm using that. So that's what I want to focus on in terms of that. So I hope I answered your question. Anyway, so King wrote this. Nothing changes until you change. Yeah. But I want to point this out before I move on to this quote. You can make a little bit of money and a little bit of change. You can put a little bit of money into Charles Schwab and then leave it alone and then mess up things and then come back to it. And what you put over there will grow. It will grow. And if you're checking it on a regular basis, seeing that it will grow will help you put more money in. But even if you mess up, like me, and you put a little bit in, the amount that you put in will help you. All right. So anyway, let me play this. We're gonna watch this thing accumulate. There's no words, but you're gonna watch this accumulate. Let me press play. Here we go. And it's at 10 years. Now I'm gonna take the music off. 15, 20 years. You see it. 182 versus 800 after 25 years, 30 years. We're gonna go up to 50 years. After 40 years. After 50 years. Now look at that difference. Look at that difference. Look at that difference. $365,000, which is great. Which is great, but compare that to $10 million. Investing $20 a day. $20 a day, right? Now, yeah, Nelson. Yeah, Nelson. So Nelson's excited about it too. Nelson's excited about it too. Because the difference between you saving the money versus you investing the money in the stock market is shown right there. So right there. Right? Now, that's incredible. That's incredible. And I point this out because this I wanted to talk about in terms of Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday yesterday. So yesterday was a holiday. It's Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. And so Fee and I did like a super brown faces. Like we went for brown faces. And we went to documentaries and movies and all these things. And so I forget how we got there, but we ended up watching a movie about Sally Hemings and Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings. And so I didn't really know this story, right? I hadn't heard the story, but I watched this story, and I don't know how much of the story is true, what we saw last night, but it was fascinating. It was fascinating. And I'm not going to fixate about anything that you need to check it out. You need to check it out and understand it, and maybe do some more research than I did to back check the information. But let me tell you something. I did not know that Thomas Jefferson died a broke man. Thomas Jefferson died a broke and penniless man. Now, my understanding is that he was a president, served as president twice, vice president once. I mean, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And that got me thinking, excuse me, that got me thinking about money. Because Thomas Jefferson is like an NBA player, right? NBA player. Like he goes in, he's playing at the top level, he's getting a gold ring, get 2 gold rings, and then he come out. But once he comes out and there's no salary, then he's not making any money. And I thought, what would he do to make money? And I thought of this. I thought of this I've seen before. I thought about him saving money. And even if he sold, if he's able to cobble together $20 a day. Now that's a lot. It's a lot. But even if he was able to manage to carry, well, maybe let's say $20 a month. $20 a month. You got to subtract from these numbers, but let's just say $20 a month, right? And then he would have had less than this much money, less than $300,000, $365,000. Well, he would still have had some money because he died $100,000 in debt. $100,000 in debt, right? And so if he had saved just that little bit, I'm still thinking about my 10%, like 10% of, 10% of, 10% of, 10% of, just keep on cycling that 10% over, or $20 per day, or $20 a month, whatever you can do, get over to the interest side, to the investment side, to the 10% side, to the side that's about 10%. Like, he would have had this much money, or thereabouts, if he had put his money aside, right? And then that got me thinking, well, how could he have put this money anywhere else but spend any place else but save it? How can he put his money any place else but save it? And then I looked up the stock market. The stock market was invented in the 1600s, 1611. So it was around while George Washington was still alive. I was like, oh, wow. That's how old the stock market is. Can you believe that? The stock market that I'm now playing in has been around since 1600. 16, right? And so I don't know how it worked then. It must have been harder for him to have gotten access, but he was a president. He could have gotten access, right? He's a president twice, right? So he could have gotten his money set aside. He could have put in $20 once. He could have put it aside $20 once and just left it in there. And that one time grand issuance of whatever would have grown and grown and grown and grown. Now, it would not have grown as fast as if you put more money in there. But you can put in $25, $20 into the stock market, into the stock market, let's say, and watch it grow. You don't even have to put in more money. Now, it works best if you put in more money. But even if you just put a little bit in, it would have grown. Now, I'm not talking to you about his what shall we say about his things with slaves. I'm not talking about slaves. I'm not talking about his dealings with Sally Hemings. I can't get into that because that'll get me sparked up. But I'm talking to you about money. Now, Thomas Jefferson was like an NBA player. He's somebody who took advantage of the money that was right here present, and then when it was gone, he stopped doing stuff with it. He expected the money to continue. He expected being rich to be a state. Like, you reach a certain level, and once you're rich, you stay rich. And that's not the case. That is not the case. You get rich by moving your money out to the side. You got to do the right thing with your money. And it doesn't matter how you get your money. Hence, I can't remember his name, but the guy who I told you about was a gas guzzler, a gasoline attendant, and he died with $8 million in his bank account. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do it. All you gotta do is put a little bit of money away. Now, he is. I'm about to get started again. So I'm gonna leave it there. I want you to look right here again. Saving $20 a day, that can get you $36,000, which is good. But it compares nothing to putting aside the same amount of money and having $10 million. $10 million. Like, just put aside 10%. Just put aside 10%, feed it over to Charles Schwab, beat it over again to the S&P 500 or something similar, but invest your money. Don't save your money. Invest your money. Don't save your money. Invest your money. Don't save your money. All right. Okay, folks. I hope you got something out of this class today. And if not, we'll be talking about money tomorrow with Melissa, with Reverend Melissa. And so until then, remember that now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. Ashe. All right, folks. I'll see you later. Peace.